Hi everyone, welcome back to the Public Diary. I'm Aku, and today I'm joined by someone who is essentially changing the landscape of Dubai to not anything futuristic, but something where your memories can last for a very, very long time. So if you want to know what the real Dubai is all about, you've got to connect with Faizal. Welcome
Awesome.
to the Public Diary.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Okay, so I would love to give your introduction, but I think we want to hear it all from you because I am also just meeting him for the first time out of the Karak. Okay,
Yeah. The last time I saw you, you were having a good time.
we were just
here,
doing
dancing.
this.
Yeah. That's all I remember. But I didn't know you had a podcast. I didn't know all of this existed. But thank you so much for having me and thinking of me
course.
as well. Usually I'm on the other side, so this is kind of unusual.
No, but it's great.
But,
It's
yeah.
it's always good to be interviewed by someone. I
Just
can
to
tell.
experience what other people are experiencing. No, so my name is Faizal. I am an interior designer, and I'm also the co-founder and creative director of the Karak. Um, what else? At the same time, I also do like a lot of like creative direction, production work, just anything to get my creative juices flowing. I try to do that. I feel like I'm blessed to be in a position where I'm able to do like things that I love doing and
Yeah.
make money and survive off of it. So
You're such a multifaceted person, and this is my dream, if I must say. But how is like you grew up in Dubai?
Yeah.
I mean you had the whole life, and you come from a South Asian
Yeah.
background,
Yeah.
right? I'm sure you had your own ideas of what you were going to be when you grew up. Was it always this, or was it
No.
something else?
I mean, never. So I mean, there's a story as to how I ended up doing interior design, how I ended up even going into like the creative space to
Yeah.
begin with. That I haven't told a lot of people, so you're hearing it here first, maybe. So basically, like growing up, of course, like I grew up in a like South Asian household. Like my
Yeah.
parents moved here from Kerala, like in the very early 90s. My dad, like, yeah, late 1980s, I would say. Right? And like growing up, I was always good at arts, but like I was always good at like art class, but my parents never like saw it as a potential like career path for me. Right? They're like, okay, fine, you're good at art, you're good at like drawing, sketching, all of these things. Like in school, I'd always do get good grades. My teachers always thought that I was really good at doing this, so they'd always try to like speak to my parents about it. But again, like based off of what they knew at the time, they didn't think that this is a plausible like career path for someone, right? And I feel like a lot of like South Asian kids like face a similar scenario. Not just South Asian, I would say Middle East. Like there's a lot of cultures that
Yeah.
have a lot of like similar like thought process when it comes to like creative businesses. And for me, it was more about, okay, fine, I enjoy doing this, but eventually I have to either become a doctor or an engineer. And I was good at biology. I was really interested. And I feel like I was always like a curious kid. Like I always liked to learn things and like to learn new things. Um, and like when it came to a point of my like early teenage years, I got inspired by like Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, and like I had a friend that was like buying cars and like building it from scratch. So I was like, okay, you know what? I want to start exploring like designing cars or like, you know, being able to do that, because for me, there was always like a passion to like create.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to vocalize it. I was just trying to figure out what I could do that would please my family and also please like you know what I
Yourself.
want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then later on, as high school passed, I went into like a degree entry program in Heriot University. And how a degree entry program works is like after your IGCSEs, you go in and you do like 1 year, which is a foundation program, and you get to choose whether you go into the school of design, you go into the school of engineering, or you go into the school of business. So these are the three schools you can choose to go into, and
Yeah.
based off of like that, you get to enroll onto the undergraduate programs.
Okay.
So I went into a school of engineering again because like also heard what did offer like a automotive like engineering program, but then later on as I got into the degree entry
Engineering.
program, I started realizing that maybe there's not a lot of scope for something like this in Dubai because no manufacturing happens in Dubai,
Yeah.
right? Like cars, I think there's like W now, but besides that, I don't think there's anyone else. Maybe school buses get produced over here, but it wasn't my idea of what designing cars was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, fine. What else can I do on the same lines? I was like, okay, maybe I could do like architectural engineering. Because again, at the time, I thought architectural engineering was like designing buildings and stuff, which is not the case. It is more like designing engineering systems for buildings, which is like your electrical, your AC, your
Yeah.
plumbing, like all of
It's
that,
all the
which I had
nitty
no
gritty. It's
idea
not the
about.
outside.
Yeah, yeah, it's not the the cool part of actually like creating something, like creating like almost like an art piece.
Right.
And keep in mind, like during this entire process, I have no like background in like an institutional creative process of doing anything. It was more like doing it based off feeling or just enjoying doing it. So my knowledge in the creative industry or arts was like super, super limited. And so like again, going into university, getting my first taste of like being out there, started partying and not focusing on like education as much. And it came to a point where, so in order to move from your degree entry program to the undergraduate program, you have to get a minimum of 4 Bs. There's only 4 subjects. It's actually not that hard. But I ended up getting A's and B's, except for math, I got a C.
That's okay.
Right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but it wasn't good enough, right? So I was like, okay.
For the degree
Again,
entry.
yeah, I grew up, again, brown parents. You're fed this idea of if you don't get good grades or if you don't go to university, you're a failure,
Oh, yeah.
right? If you don't have a university degree, you have failed in life. So I was like, shit, I can't tell my parents about this. And like during summer, I like worked for like kids camps and stuff and made enough money to pay for my resit. It was like 2,000 dirhams to do the examination again, which was a lot of money for me.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I did that in secret. I did the jobs, but like I like started studying for my resit like in secret.
In quiet.
Yeah. And studied. It came to the night before the examination. I was like, okay, you know what, I'm prepared. Like I am gonna ace this exam. So I stayed up till like 2, 3 a.m., went to sleep. And I woke up because I got a phone call from a friend of mine who was also like doing the resit, the same resit. And I answered, I was like, hey, bro, what's up? He's like, hey, man, how did the exam go? I was like, what? I look at the time, it's 11. The exam was at 9 a.m. And I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? And then immediately I like ended the call. I started crying because again, it's that pressure that is put on you where like now I was for sure certain that I ruined my like, my education. Like it's done. I'm a failure now. And immediately I finally called up my dad. I was expecting him to like go crazy on me, but he was like, okay, let's go to university and see what we can do.
Yeah.
So he came, he picked me up, we went to university, and I was sitting there with the head of the degree entry program. And he was like, see, if you really want to do engineering, right, you'll have to wait 1 whole year just to do this math exam because you missed the resit, right? But he was like, but since you want to do architectural engineering and your other grades are good, there is an opening in interior design. Do your research. Let me know if that's something that you want to do, and I can put in a word and we can see if we can get into that program instead. And for me, at the time, like my idea of what interior design is, like the most common misconception of it is like interior design is like, what color is the carpet? What color is the curtain? What color is this? Like this is what was fed into me because again, I wasn't very educated on these things. But as I did my research, I started to realize that this is more like architecture than what I thought architectural engineering was. I was like, okay, let's do it. And so that's how I ended up doing interior design. And it was purely off of like one day I didn't wake up on time. And that kind of changed the direction of my like career path or my life.
That's
for
so
that
cool.
instance.
If you just had to separate architecture and interior designing,
Yeah.
how would you explain it to people?
Architecture and interior design? I
Yeah,
think that's
like-
pretty simple. Architecture is for the outside.
Okay.
Interior design is for the inside.
Yeah, but you said it was more architectural than you expected
It was
architecture.
more architectural than architectural engineering.
Okay.
So architectural engineering is more about your building systems and your building services,
Okay.
right? So it's all of the piping
These.
that you see on top, and like that is what they're doing. They're not doing anything with the exterior. So an architect would give like a drawing to an architectural engineer, and they have to plan out the systems, like where is the piping gonna
Okay.
go, where is the you know, like control systems, like you have separate rooms for like all of these things that you'd see in buildings. How's the elevators working, where's the engines, like all of these things going in. So
I
that's
see.
what it is. And also like automating the entire building, like these
Yeah,
are
that
things
doesn't
that,
sound too
yeah,
fun.
exactly. At least I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm sure there's a lot of people that enjoy doing this, but it just wasn't something for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like a lot of for me to be in a position where I'm seen as a creative, or like I am operating as a creative, there is actually no reason for me to be here. Every like turning point in my life has always happened by coincidence, but I'm so glad that it did, because I wouldn't be in this position if otherwise.
Yeah. That's
So-
that's just what I was
Yeah.
thinking. If you did not miss that exam.
Yeah, exactly. I
wouldn't
would
have
be an
done-
engineer. Like I wouldn't be sitting here. Like Karak probably wouldn't have happened. You know.
Yeah.
And it's only because I started going into like now coming from a background of not having anything to do with design to suddenly being thrown into a class full of like 40 students who all had some type of educational background in like arts,
Yeah.
and me coming in like not knowing what they're even like talking about. That on its own was like a huge curve for me, just trying to figure it out. But one thing that I did learn from interior design is just creative thinking, right? And that can translate to literally anything that you want to do. So any discipline that you want to work in, right? Is the thought process of constantly questioning things,
Yeah.
never seeing things the way that it is supposed to be seen, right? Because nothing is supposed to be the way that it's supposed to be.
It's always started from something else.
It's like, why does this pipe have to look like this pipe? Like, why does it have to be straight? Why can't it be curved?
Yeah.
Who said that this needs to be straight? And it's like, as you keep training your mind to like question things more and more, you start to see, okay, there are different approaches to doing a lot of things.
Yeah. Another question I had was like, how do you stay motivated in all of this? But before that,
Yeah.
how did you decide that you could be this multifaceted person? Because it's difficult to juggle things all at once, I think. But once you like, I think if you're passionate enough, you can do
Yeah.
it. But another thing is like with something as heavy as interior designing, you know, it's a profession that needs a lot of thinking, a lot of talking, a lot
Yeah.
of working constantly. It's like you mentioned, from South Asian families or other families,
Exactly.
they'd consider the arts to
Yeah.
be like, you can do it as a hobby.
Yeah.
So most of the other work that we do, typically considered hobby to our family, right? It's kind of like a full-time position for you.
Yeah.
On top of that, interior designing.
Yeah.
So how did you come to like a settlement in your head where you're like, I'm doing this, I'm doing these things, and yeah, I can push through all of the things that life throws at me. Like, how do you come up with that as well?
I think for me, the main thing is like just the curiosity element.
Okay.
Right? For me, I didn't have a set plan as to, okay, I want to be doing this, I want to be doing this, I want to be doing this, this is what I want, this is the goal. No, it was more like I was put into that position, or I was like, oh, let me just try it out. So until COVID, I've never touched the camera before, right? I never like produced a podcast, none of that. Until COVID, when like I started working on a project like this, I was like, okay, fine. We were doing interviews on Zoom, and I was like, okay, let me try to figure it out. Started picking up like video editing software, started picking up like Premiere Pro, trying to see what I can do differently. And then now we like run our own like production sets. Like we're able to shoot a podcast anywhere. We're able to like do like cool creative like shoots at the same time.
Okay.
So, and this has always been like a gradual process. Like the first time it started with Zoom, then we're like, okay, fine, let's rent out a studio like this, let's shoot it over there. And then just studying, okay, what do they actually do over here? What lights do they actually use? Making a list of those things. And then speaking to other people, trying to see, okay, fine, if we were to do the same setup somewhere else, what would we do? Right? What are the things that we require? Bring it over there, test it out, see if it works. And it's always testing. Like you just do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, you're in the same place that you were before you tried. So it doesn't change anything in your life.
I really like that mindset. That's really cool.
It's just gradually building.
Yeah.
Gradually building. So it's not like I just went, bam, I know all of these softwares and I'm studying all of these things. It's more on the basis of, okay, I wanted to create something. Now, what are the tools that I need to create that? And it's just learning those softwares or like skills in order to do one specific task and then combining it with other skill sets to see how I can like use these skills to do something else. And then it's just like constantly adding knowledge and information.
Are you not scared of failing anything? Is that what pushes you? Because I feel like just as of what I'm hearing from you, you're someone who I think is not afraid to fail because you see everything as an opportunity to just build off something else.
I think there are a lot of things that I used to consider like failures in my life that now when I look back are just lessons. I think any situation that happens in your life is always a lesson, and it's about what is the lesson that you learn from those situations. And how do you make sure that it doesn't happen again? Because I feel like you're constantly like consuming information. Now, sometimes this information will only like go into your head if it happens in the most dramatic way. And sometimes someone could be talking about it and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. But all of these things, and it's all of these experiences that help you like build the mindset that you have. But like anything that you do, if it fails, again, failure is also just perception, right? What defines failure and success? It is what you think failure is and what success is. So sometimes, like, if something might seem like a failure to you, it could seem like a success to someone else, right? So it's about, like, what are you gaining from that experience? It's just an experience. That's it.
Mind blown. I love that. Failure and success depends on what you think.
Yeah, it's just your perception of what it is.
Yeah. But why is it so... Because right now I'm thinking about like my family and like my older relatives, and they have such a strict, and all of them have the same mindset on what failure and success
what is it? Like,
I mean, for older generations, they just have like one point of view and that's it, you know? And I feel like that's what they tend to categorize us in. But as the generations keep on growing and learning, it's breaking everything. Yeah,
I mean, like, because again, like my biggest fear, at least, like if I had to relate back to that story of university, my idea of what failure was what was instilled in my head by my family, by like my people from my country, right? But in reality, like there's so many people that don't have degrees and are doing amazing things. Right? But I just never saw it that way. But if I had that mindset, probably I wouldn't have put so much pressure on myself at the time. But like, again, everything happens for a reason.
That's nice.
But yeah, failure is always like, it's about what you consider failure.
I want to know about the Karak.
Okay.
Because when I first saw the Karak on Instagram, I thought it was Dubai's boiler room.
Okay, cool.
I was like, oh, this is not boiler room. Yeah. What is this?
Yeah, and I see they have a podcast? Like, what's going on?
I was like, what's going on? There's so many things. It was like, okay, wow. This is a different side to Dubai I did not know of. And I just see it on the Western culture, but I don't see it here. Yeah. But it's here. Yeah. So what prompted you to start this? Like, how?
So Karak overall as a project, as a concept, I've been doing it for like 5 years now. I've had multiple business partners come in and out. But the initial one started during COVID, where me and my ex-business partner decided to start like a podcast where we're like interviewing people that grew up like us, you know, people that are doing cool things. During COVID, like a lot of podcasts that came up and disappeared. We were doing it on Zoom calls. So all we had to do was sit in front of a computer, like record
Talk.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
talk. Like what else do you have to do? I got put on unpaid leave on my like architectural company, in the architectural company I was working in. And I was like, okay, let's see what happens. Let's try it out. Let's try to develop this. Initially, the idea was to find the relationship between music and sport, and I was like, okay, let's try to develop this further. Let's try to see how we can actually like make it a space where we're representing like third culture community. Like it's not just about music, it's not just about sport, it's about artists, it's about people, it's about entrepreneurs, it's about people that are kind of defining what the Dubai landscape is gonna look like,
Yeah.
that don't get the recognition that they deserve. For the longest time growing up in Dubai, we constantly idolize things that are happening in the Western world, right? So if it's a designer that is like famous in America, he's famous over here. But no one's really supporting the people that are doing exceptional work in Dubai, right? So for as Karak as a platform, it's all about turning heads from looking outwards to turning them and making them face inwards and appreciating the people that exist over here.
Yeah.
And the overarching goal for this is to try to bring Dubai as a creative space on the international map, right? Because the only way that other people fall in love with the art that's coming out of the city is if we fall in love with them first and we
Yeah.
uplift them. And only then will other people start to recognize that.
Because I think Dubai is such a city where every trend internationally becomes a trend in the city.
Yeah, of course.
So if it's that easy for people to pick up on it, then to appreciate something within the city itself already is you're making that global.
Yeah, that's a challenge in Dubai because it's very easy for them to look at something outside and say, "Oh, okay, I want to do that over here." But hard work is when you have to create something from scratch. You actually have to go down to the field, do your own research, try to see what people are going through, try to understand like what are aesthetics that really connect to people that like, you know, grew up over here, and try to make that and play around with that. And there's been like a lot of artists. I'm not saying I'm the only one doing this. There's been a lot of artists. There's been like Southwest 3000 that's been doing it for a very long time. There's been quite a few of them. And that is the hard work, but it is, to a certain point, it does get quite disheartening when you do all of this work and see that someone from America can just come in and pull in like 100,000 people while you've been doing this for so long, and you come in and there's like 200 people.
Yeah.
You're like, okay. That's the biggest challenge when it comes to hosting platforms like this, is staying consistent, keeping that mindset, keeping that motivation,
Yeah.
and understanding that like you're not just doing this because you want to be recognized, right? Because that the only way you can keep this going is if like the source comes from within. Like this feels like it is my purpose to a certain level,
Yeah.
right? Which is the only reason why I've been doing this for so long.
5 years is a pretty.
In terms of finances, like it's not doing anything for me. Like if I want to be rich, I'd be focusing on like other
Stocks.
real
estate.
I just do interior design, have my own interior design company. I can make so much money doing that.
Okay.
But like I enjoy doing it, but I don't feel like that is my purpose.
But you're still doing it for the people that are finding purpose from this, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
they attend one Karak Sounds event, they're lifted, they keep coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
One Karak conversation, some ideas pops off.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And even like the Karak experience has evolved like incrementally, right? Like we see, okay, things are not working this time. Let's try something else. If that doesn't work, okay, let's come back over here, see what works. And like, so the version of Karak that you're seeing right now is after a lot of like development and like optimization and trying to like get it to a quality experience that you see today. And also like the recognition has grown a lot. Like there's a lot of people that want to be part of it right now. People that would never have opened my messages like maybe 3-4 years ago are now like messaging me asking to be part of it. I mean,
Shame.
for me, no, it's not about that. And I understand that. It's like if you are a platform that cannot give them or bring them any value, what is the reason for them to come and do this? Right? So for us, it's about creating an experience for everyone, not just the people attending it, but for the people participating. It's like artists when they come on board, right? What are things that they're looking for in order to see that this is a valuable experience for them to be part of?
Right.
Right? They're like, okay, fine, I'm going to get content. There's all of these other industry people coming in, so I can possibly make connections. I can see they're having sponsors, so like they will recognize me. And like also they have an audience now, and this audience will help push my name up. And like when people start seeing your platform as being of value, that's when they're going to be like, okay, fine, I want to come. I want to be part of this. I want to join this. I want to do this. And they will support you as well.
It's like back to the old times. It's like, what can you trade?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
what it is.
5 years on the Karak.
Yeah.
I'm sure you must have faced a lot of
For sure.
obstacles in terms of consistency or like rejections or anything. How do you, I guess, persevere through all of that, especially in a place like Dubai? I know that there are a lot of young creatives coming out with their new projects, or like they're trying to start something. What kind of piece of advice would you give as someone who started this 5 years ago in a place like Dubai?
I mean, so whenever it comes to like the event space, because that's where we're predominantly in, or like actually like any type of like creative concept that I've seen, I always try to look at like, okay, fine, it's Dubai. Everyone for some reason thinks they're the first people doing these things. And that's understandable because it's a city that resets itself. And like people come, they try something, they leave, no one talks about it. So the other person that does it thinks that they're the first people doing it. Like, you know, that's the thing. And so for those people, I would say it's just figuring out how to maintain consistency. That is always key. It's not about your first event. It's not about your second event. It's about what are you going to do for your 10th, your 12th, your 15th, your 20th, right?
The Taylor Swift thinking.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's like, okay, you want to build something that's sustainable.
Yeah.
What's the point of doing it if it's going to exist for like 1 day or 2 days and then disappear? You know, like you have to build something that you're kind of like dedicating a part of your life to, right? If it's that strong and if it's something that really is gonna add value to the people's experience here in Dubai, then what are you actually like? What is your plan? How are you gonna grow? You know. And also, like the other thing is always thinking about how can this be financially sustainable as well. Right? A lot of people, they throw in a lot of money for their first event, their second event. They're like, it's going to come back. But if you don't create a system where you're able to generate revenue, eventually over time, you are going to lose your passion for it. Because at some point, you're like, okay, fine, I'm spending all of this time on it. And I'm losing money doing this. Why am I still doing it? You know, so in order to actually make a platform sustainable, you have to make sure that you're also making money doing it.
For the long run.
Yeah, and it's to avoid situations where you can't pay people, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you want people to be part of this, you need to make sure that you're taking care of them as well. They're supporting you with their time and their skill set in order to actually make your experience beautiful. The least you can do is to at least support them financially for the time that they're investing in your brand.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah.
You're so well spoken, like so well versed.
It was never like this.
What books do you read?
I don't, trust me. So my entire life, I've been an introvert until 3 years ago.
What happened 3 years ago?
3 years ago, I started hosting a podcast myself.
Whoa.
And that's it. It's just based off of practice.
What's your podcast?
The Karak. Yeah, the Karak.
What's your
Yeah,
podcast?
2 years ago. 2 years ago. Actually, 2 years ago. It's only been 2 years. And yeah, just putting myself in, like, until then, like, my teenage years, I was afraid to talk to girls. Like, I would sweat and I'd be that weird kid standing in the corner because I couldn't speak to them. After that, like, I just barely had friends because I barely used to speak to people. Like, I was more like a computer guy. And just more into like tech and doing like Photoshop and like all of these like softwares and stuff. But it is also like going into interior design where I started having to put myself in positions where I had to like present my work. You know, present it to like jury from university and then presenting it to like clients when I started working. And then like again, incrementally. And then having to start hosting the conversations by myself was a big fear of mine. I still remember the first few conversations. As much as it looks normal from the outside, like I know what I was feeling on the inside.
While
like,
interviewing them.
yeah, because I'm like sitting there with like 30, 40 people like sitting across. I'm like, don't so stupid, don't so stupid, don't so stupid. It's like, what can I say right now that's gonna sound smart and like they're gonna get it. And my biggest fear was always like when I asked someone a question and they'd be like, what?
Yeah.
It's like I already said that before. That was my biggest fear.
Honestly, yeah, for me it's the same.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I just started it out a couple months ago.
No, but you're super well spoken as well. Like I saw your like Instagram post and I was like, okay, she knows what she's doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. What was I gonna say?
What did you say? I already spoke about it.
Yes. I had one question. Have you ever had some of your friends from high school maybe or like school come for the Karak?
Yeah, of course.
What do they think about it?
I mean, they've been supporting it. Like a lot of them
That's cool.
been supporting it like for quite some time. There's a lot of people from our high school. Like there's a lot of people that are in the industry like doing amazing things. And they're like from Winchester specifically from that period of time, or maybe I just know those people, which is why I think that way. But you have like people like One Take Nando's, who's like a really big DJ. He same school, like he was 1 year older. There's like people like Justin, who's like amazing videographer. There's a lot of names not coming to my head right now, but like there's a lot of people. So like when I go to like different places, parties, all of these things, there's always at least like someone that I know from high school that's doing something cool.
Winchester are big on the arts.
I don't know what pushed people that went to that school to be doing things like this, but it's pretty cool to see though.
I think out of school, this is where it pours out, I guess. No.
Maybe we're just like at a age right now where everyone should have a job and should be doing something to survive.
I can see my future.
Yeah.
So I want to play a little song association game with a word. So I throw words at you and you remember a song, maybe a lyric, and you sing it.
Sing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little brain break. Why are you laughing? Do you sing?
No.
Okay.
But
Today we're having fun.
It might be better. Okay, cool.
Okay, so the first word for you is feather.
Feather. There's one song that comes to my head, but I'm not singing that.
Sing it.
It's
Sing it.
who is this? Is that Charlie XCX or Birds of a Feather?
Wow, Charlie XCX.
Is that her? No, that's not her. Is it? I don't even know why I know this song. It's probably from Instagram.
Yeah.
And like I watched a couple of reels with this and now it's stuck in my head.
Okay.
I was like, I'm embarrassed to know this one.
Charlie XCX. Birds of a Feather.
Is that
Billie Eilish.
Is it? Oh, Billie Eilish. There you go. See, I'm very bad with names. I'm very bad with names.
The digital footprint is...
Yeah. Please.
It's going to look interesting after this game.
This is not included.
How about power?
Power. I mean, I know titles of songs with power.
You don't know the song lyric? Like, hum it out.
I know the Kanye West song that's called Power.
Okay.
Like, huh?
Hey. Uh,
Hey.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'll give you that. How about money?
It's like 90% of rap songs. Young Money. Money. See, there are like songs in my head, but I'm like, that is not coming out of my mouth.
It's okay.
No. There's like more money, more problems. And then you have pussy money, wait.
Yeah.
That's the first one. It's like, nah, I don't know if I want to say that.
Okay. Next word. Boogie.
Bully?
Boogie.
Boogie. Like some type of like old like night.
No?
No, like do the boogie like that's
Do the
dance
boogie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boogie with the Karak, like as in like something from like a regional artist. I haven't come across a song with boogie in it.
It's time to make a song.
For me to make a song, I'd
Yeah.
much rather like have someone else make it and then
I'll
have
do
them
ad-libs.
perform it. Cool. If you make a song with boogie, you're performing at the Karak. You're performing that specific song.
Most of these artists, they're super they're like either popping out in the Dubai scene, and this is like a platform for them to
Yeah, which is essentially like again, like it's because we've been doing it for so long and so consistently, right? People do see the value as to like what we're doing. So like a lot of these artists, they do see Karak, at least if I may speak for them, they do see Karak as one of those pipelines where they're like, okay, fine. If I'm doing something in Dubai and I have my performance with Karak, that means I'm a Dubai artist. And it's kind of like turning into like that label almost, which is cool. A lot of companies are looking at us as the portal to the Dubai scene. I know there's a lot of companies that go through our Instagram page if they want to find artists or people. It's become a proper like archive of these people.
yeah.
You know. So yeah, in that sense, I am very happy with the way that we're able to kind of package this information into one space for people to just come and consume.
I know you mostly have like artists from various backgrounds, various starts. Who are some of your dream artists on the Karak
Some of my dream artists on the
to
Karak.
come and perform on the Karak?
I mean, it's always like artists that I see from the region that I would want to have at the platform just because relevance, right? There's obviously like artists like Faluka, you have Saint Levant, like these are like big people that are defining the soundscape of the Middle East.
Yeah.
So I'd love to have them. But besides that, I feel like we're on the process of like just getting like amazing artists. Every other day or every week, finally I get responses from like different artists that I probably messaged like a year ago or 2 years ago saying that, hey, love what you're doing. Like we'd love to like come down and perform when we're in the city. At the same time, I'm constantly like actively trying to find like artists from the Middle East or like practicing over here to reach out to see, okay, if anyone's ever in Dubai, this is the spot,
nice.
you know.
It's like it's a really good platform.
Thank you.
So you've been like the Karak has been powered by brands, Power Course, etc., etc. How do you maintain a good relationship with these brands?
Yeah. I think that kind of comes from the roots of me working in the corporate industry. So being able to understand what people are looking for, because again, we are a small platform and there's like 2-3 people working in our team. And so the way that we present ourselves is always very different from these corporate brands, right? And usually when it comes to like brands wanting to work with us, it's about understanding what are they looking for? What is the reason for a brand like theirs wanting to be part of what we do, right? It could either be like KPIs, KSPs. It could be like things like why are they like our target audience is something that is a target audience for their brand, or in terms of positioning, they want to be seen as part of the culture, right? And it's understanding that, giving them accurate information as to what they're looking for. So usually from a brand like I don't know, Power Horses, someone from marketing coming in and they're like, okay, what are your numbers? We need to know what numbers to give them.
Okay.
Right? Demographic. Who are the types of people coming in? And presenting all of these things so that you're making this marketing person's job easy in order for them to get approvals from their bosses. Right? So it's like, okay, fine. If I give them all of these things, because again, like the people that we work with, especially from these brands, like they're genuinely here to support the community,
Okay.
which is why we still work with them. Right? But also you need to kind of help them and make it easy for them to help you.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where the structure comes in, giving them information as to like, okay, what is happening, making sure that they're always seen in the events because they need to report all of this information to their bosses. And also just understanding that, so is that packaging the information and presenting it to them, delivering, maintaining professional behavior, which is something a lot of people don't have, especially when it comes to like events. There's a lot of people that start doing this without having any like proper like professional background, so they don't understand what it's like to work with corporations. So it's about just learning their language and being able to communicate with them, you know, presenting them with everything that they need from the start, telling them what they're going to get and delivering that. And so as you keep repeating that same cycle over and over again, you start building trust.
Yeah.
When you have trust, you get more flexibility as to what you want to do. So that's when you can go in with like crazier concepts. And you're like, okay, fine, actually, let's try to do something different. They're like, fine, we've been working with you for this long. We trust what you guys are able to do. And then based off of that, we will give you more flexibility. And as we grow, they grow with us.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
They, I think that the trust, because they've been on your events, you know, and it seems like there's a good relationship. There's a good understanding of what both the concepts are from the brand and the Karak.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool if people who are upcoming and they want to release more events.
Yeah.
It's something key for them to understand. But also, I think I wanted to ask about when you started this 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea how it was going to be in the position that it is now today?
Like we had aspirations as to like, oh, we want to work with this brand, we want to work with that brand. So at the time, like one of the first brands that we worked with was Puma, which was cool. Again, we had no idea what we were doing, so they kind of like sponsored one of the conversations. And that was quite nice. We tried to go above and beyond. We put a very small price tag because we didn't know like what it was worth even. And then after that, we worked with a lot of brands, alcohol brands as well. And then we started getting hit up by like bigger brands. And even until now, we're still having conversations with a lot of like bigger brands. But it's just that when you start working with these bigger brands, like timelines always have to be much longer. Right? So if you say something, they're like, okay, fine, I need to get approval, and you present it to this person. Like,
Takes
and
time.
like something that would essentially just take like 1 day would take like 2 weeks. And so that would kind of, so like from the outside, it might not look like there's a lot of things happening. It just looks like we're doing our events, but from behind the scenes, there's constant like meetings and talks and proposals and all of that. So there's a lot of variables working with different brands. Is also based on like what they're looking for at what time. They might want to include you on a release of a new product, for example, because your brand and what we're doing kind of aligns with that.
Yeah.
You know, so we try to figure out what everyone's calendars look like and try to see how we can work with that.
So it's like a huge concept of adaptability if you want to get into this industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to do collabs, if you want to be able, like, it's about trying to see how you can like break apart. So for example, like Karak as a concept, Karak is like an entire ecosystem that we built, right? So within Karak, we have Karak Conversations, which is the conversations. We have Karak Artists, which is the artist performances. We have Karak Sounds, which is the party, right? And then we have Karak Bakala, which is the marketplace. Now, when we do a Karak event, all of these things, that is our entire ecosystem. But now, for example, something that we did with MOTB at the start of the year is they're like, okay, fine, we just want to, like, we don't have space for you to do your entire event, and also it's a family friendly event and all of that. So can we just take out Karak conversations and Karak artists and have that at different times? So this is our way of kind of like going behind the scenes and helping other events program.
Yeah.
So we were able to host Karak conversations over there.
Oh.
We're able to, so basically it's a system where all of them complement each other, but also they're able to be separated and adapt to different situations based on what is required.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a really cool concept. Wow. Because if I ever thought about Dubai like 5 years ago,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to find like such places, I think, or like what I noted this down. I call the Karak.
Yeah.
Wait, where is it? It's the hive of creatives,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay.
And I don't think we would have been able to find that space in Dubai. And for it to come up is like, it's changing lots of industries and where people are leaning towards the arts more in Dubai. People are able to fully be themselves and immerse themselves with other, creatives where they're able to network.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm so happy to find a space like the Karak as
Okay.
well.
Awesome.
And yeah, it seems super progressive.
Yeah.
When I told my mom about it, she was like, "Oh, that's good for people who
Yeah.
are interested in
Yeah.
immersing in these kinds of
Yeah.
things." Because I think in Dubai, it's an adaptable city.
Yeah, it is. 100%. And that's super humbling to even like hear that from you. That was the intention behind doing what we're doing, is to always kind of give back. For example, like our conversations was all about inspiring the next generation.
Yeah.
Right? When we're constantly like looking up to all of these like rappers, musicians, artists, designers, and we're constantly fed like stories from the Western world or just places outside of this region. It always feels unachievable just based off of the fact that their roadmaps are so different. Their industries work in a very different way.
Definitely.
Right? So for us, it's about getting people that are doing exceptional work in the city or in this region and putting them on a platform to inspire the next generation of kids. So that, let's say, for example, we had Santo, who's like a pretty successful rapper for this region. Him sitting down and talking about his journey as to how he kind of navigated the industry over here is more relevant to an up and coming rapper that is sitting down and aspiring to be like him or even bigger for that matter, to understand, okay, this is how systems work in Dubai. It's not the same as America. Whereas we're constantly consuming interviews of like Kanye West and like, I don't know, all of these people where like, okay, like there's not that much money in the industry over here.
Yeah.
You have to do so many other things in order to survive in Dubai. Like you don't just have to be a rapper anymore. You have to create a brand. You have to be an influencer to a certain amount of time. While also you still have to sit down and create music. You still have to make all of these like B2B connections. Being an artist is like being a CEO of your own company.
Yeah.
Right? How do you manage that? There's all of these different aspects of it. You have to do marketing. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to maintain like good relationships over here. Like, so learning those type of things from people that are actually practicing it over here is more valuable than just taking
Consuming
information from
external.
there.
Yeah.
Like in like other places, there is an industry behind these industries, right? If you look at like America, there's an industry of entertainment news that exists that are kind of uplifting the entertainment industry. What's happening over here? What's happening in this region? You know? Like there are some really cool like platforms that are coming up. You have places like Dubai Pike, you have like Sandy Times, you have like Dazed, you have all of these amazing like magazines that are very like art focused, and they've been doing well. And I can see that they're really trying to connect to the city and trying to like spotlight things that are actually happening over here, and not just, I don't want to say names, but like you have the generic magazines that will do whatever for a brand if they pay them money.
Yeah.
You know?
Where do you see the Karak going in the future?
We have a lot of plans. Of course, we're not trying to be like a huge festival like Seoul DXB. The concept behind Karak is more consistency. So, like consistent support for the creative community. So, we're not looking at doing one large scale thing. It's about doing a lot of smaller projects throughout the year so that we're kind of creating a space, like a home for creatives to know that, okay, if I have nothing else going on, I'm going to go to Karak. Or like this is something where I know I'm gonna, because like our events I would say are the only few events that exist in Dubai where I would say like 70% of people come by themselves. All our majority of our RSVPs like are single people because they know that they can come over here and they are going to meet people. So they're not going to be lonely. They're not. And also, like growing up in Dubai, the culture has always been, oh, you need to have a group of friends in order to go to a club or go to a bar. You know, no one really wants to like mingle with each other as much.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're kind of changing that to a certain extent. We're trying to kill the, what's the word for it? Like this, like when you go to a club, you feel like, you know, people are just judging you based off of the way that you look, how much money you look like you have, like all of these things. If you're a guy, if you're a girl, these are the aspects that determines if you get into the club, if you pay this much, or like you have to get a bottle, or like any of these things. For us, it's more like you come, just be yourself
As you are.
you know, and you're accepted regardless of the way that you are. We want to minimize the amount of barriers we put between the local community, the creative community, and the audience. So whatever we can do to minimize that while also making sure we're able to pay for these things to happen, that's what we're trying to do.
I think there are very few spaces in Dubai that are like this, because the party culture in Dubai is not as people think it out to be.
Yeah.
And people fantasize a lot about the other countries' party culture
Yeah,
scenes,
the underground
like
scene.
Berlin.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Like, what are you doing to indulge or like actually understand what's happening in the underground scene in Dubai?
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's been quite a few. Of course, Sekta is doing amazing work.
Yeah.
You have like places like Moist Paper Party, Basmati, like all of these like platforms, like they exist. It's just that no one wants to do their due diligence to actually learn about what's happening in the city. Like maybe it's a thing of like living in Dubai where you're used to like, you know, your spoon just being handed to you, like you just being fed this information.
Yeah, that's the ripple effect of Dubai.
Yeah, it's convenience, right? So if it's not convenient to know about something, you probably wouldn't go and try to learn about it.
As much as I want the Karak to like grow, it also feels like that very intimate space.
Yeah,
So
or
it's
but if it becomes too commercial, it loses its charm.
Yeah, if I see
Yeah.
one weird ass uncle in there, I'm gonna tweet.
No, but that's the thing though. It's because like our programming is so focused towards people who are actually genuinely interested in things like this.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have those situations where like people are just there to like party. Like everything that we do is with a purpose.
Very intentional.
Right? Very intentional. So even if we do a party, right? For example, we recently launched Karak Sounds, right? Karak Sounds is our sound system where when we throw our events that are Karak Sounds, every DJ that comes in has to play between 10 to 20% of their music being from the region. And this is our way of educating our audience, even from a nightlife perspective, you know? We want artists' music to blow up because someone took a video and like people were going crazy because there was a crazy drop there. That shit needs to go out internationally. And that's how we can make sure that artists over here blow up as well. You know, if that doesn't exist, if DJs are not playing their music, if radios are not playing their music, how are people going to know about their music?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's just like there's amazing talent here. Why is no one consuming this? You know, like why are radios not playing their music? Like they'll put like a tiny segment somewhere. Yeah. That feels culturally relevant. Like that's the one song that's popping off. But like there's amazing talent here. Like guys, you gotta wake up and like, you know, look at it. Because like when we first started this, right? When we used to approach venues and say that, hey, our entire concept is focused on like local talent. They're like, local artists cannot pull in a crowd. And so now after doing Karak for so long, we changed that narrative. Now people want, like venues want us to do events in their spaces. They don't care if it's local, like international, whatever. They know that we will bring in people. They know that the people that are coming are quality people and people that they want to be seen in their space. And so, like, these are things that I kind of measure our success with the way that we change perspectives on things and how people view something that is seen as, like, not good enough.
Yeah.
You know, and the only way to do it is by consistently doing it and showing that there is a way of making this work. The only thing is, it's harder work than just bringing in an international talent, throwing a lot of money. Sure, you make money, but what's it going to do for the rest of the people?
Yeah. To
know?
reach there, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's so rare to find that somewhere space these days.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
it's the Karak. One thing that I can take away from this conversation today, at least, is it's in the details. What would you advise your younger self in terms of the position that you are standing in today, from the achievements you've got, from the lessons you've learned? What's one thing your younger version would really appreciate?
I think, yeah, the main thing is just, like, bro, like, believe in yourself.
Okay.
You know, I feel like growing up, I spent a lot of time doubting, like, my abilities and me being able to do things, just because I think someone that looked like me, like a brown boy from India, like, never fit the description of, you know, being a creative director or being someone that is capable of, you know, doing the things that I'm doing right now. So I feel very blessed to be in a position where, like, I'm doing things that are not seen as orthodox
Yeah.
for someone like me, with my background, sorry. But yeah, that also comes from a point of, like, I was constantly looking at media where none of the representations ever fit my description. You know, so it always felt like I couldn't do those things. Right? So just honestly, it's just like, just believe in yourself. Like, just have the confidence, just build the confidence, just do what you feel like doing, and, like, eventually things will work out.
One last question. Do you ever think you're going to take the Karak sounds back home?
Back home to India?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be awesome.
We may or may not be working on that already.
Ooh.
It is possible.
Because some artists, wow.
Karak sounds is, yeah, most likely with the Karak sound stuff, but, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, that's also the goal. I'd love to do pop-ups in different places. I'd love to do pop-ups where, like, we kind of go to another city and find their creatives and, like, bring people from, like, this region or there and kind of build a bridge between both of the platforms. I did identify something in Bangkok as well, which might happen as well. But let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I'd love to. So if anyone does watch this and want to collab, hit me up. I don't think I'm hard to, like, I don't think I'm hard to reach.
I mean, we literally did this and then we exchanged Instagrams. And
Yeah.
that was actually pretty interesting because I already followed you, but I couldn't recognize you by face.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, I follow you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not super active on social media. Like, everything that you see on my social media is work, is, like, either Karak or, like, interior design or some design thing. But yeah, let's see. Maybe I might start, like, working on it a bit more.
Yeah,
See
definitely.
how I could potentially use my skills to help more people. Yeah.
Always helping people, saving the world. Modern day superhero.
No,
Modern day superhero. Marvel.
No, for me, I feel like I'm very blessed to be in a position where I'm able to do good and really support a community and survive doing that. You know, I feel like not a lot of people get those opportunities.
And talent.
And talent.
Yeah.
And maybe, yeah. Yeah. But like, yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't get those opportunities to like, be able to do what they love doing and really want to give back and also make a living out of it and be able to survive doing that. Like, it's pretty hard. Not that I'm making a living doing this. That's not the case.
But still some.
Yeah, something. I'm able to pay other people. I'm able to hire other people. And like other people are able to live off of this, which is great.
Yeah. I think that's essentially what the art industry needs, like some sort of inspiration to look up to, because those kinds of ideas or thoughts,
Yeah.
It's pretty rare to make something that's financially also kind of working out, as well as giving back to the community.
Yeah.
So yeah, for it to be like an all-in-one package, my mom would go off at this. Oh, look at him. He's doing all these things. He's found a way to make it financially stable as well. Because that's the biggest thing.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just like all the tick boxes that I had, I want to make sure they're all ticked.
Yeah.
That's it. And I feel like a lot of these things, you can tell. If there's a platform that claims to be doing this, and they're not, and they're just doing it so that they can make money doing it, like you can tell. For me, like everything that I do is always with the intention of supporting, and like even growing Karak was never a project to say, oh, I'm gonna get rich doing this. The intention was to support the community. It was to kind of be a platform that represents however small you are, however big you are, and still be able to support. And the money will follow. As long as you're doing something that has some level of value and you're actually giving back, the money will come.
You said that you also wanted to share a little bit about Al-Sif.
Oh, the reason why we picked Al-Sif. So Karak on the Dow was a really cool concept. The idea behind that was to kind of do the most Dubai thing, but in the most old Dubai way. So instead of doing like a yacht party, we decided to take like a really old like Dow cruise and basically convert that into a culture festival. So we had we had our Bakala, like the pop-up brands over there. We had like a majlis downstairs where it was chill, people could talk. And then as you come upstairs, like at the sailor's dock, we had the DJ DJing. So like you have the DJ there, and behind him there's the sailor like sailing the ship. The entire party was there. We had like food pop-ups. We had like ugly noodles. We had like a power horse with the bar over there, and like it was just crazy experience. Imagine like a mini super like micro Sol DXB happening on a boat in Al-Sif, and like you're sailing through old Dubai. You look to your right, you look to your left. It's like Dara and Dubai, and like you're partying there, which is like an experience that I've never had before, and I'm sure like a lot of people haven't as well. And the reason why that location was so important to us, and the reason why Al-Sif as of now is also a very important location for us to host our events, is because initially that was the first welcoming point into Dubai. So before airports, before like the country was even formed, right? This was the waterway where all trade and all people from the international community were welcomed into.
Okay.
Right, which is why you have the gold souk, the spice souk. All of these markets were built based off of trade, right? And that being the location where traders would arrive from.
Yeah.
So for us, what we're doing now is we're doing our events in a place where the third culture community were first welcomed from. I rephrased that very poorly, sorry. So now what we're doing is we're doing our events in the same land and the same waterways that the third culture community was welcomed into the city. And we're showcasing what the third culture community has become on the same water bodies and on the same areas. So which is why Al-Sif as an area is like very important for us to do our events in. But yeah, I mean, it's cool though.
Concepts like that, you know, it's we're in a society where we're constantly told that we're growing apart from our values, from our roots, and then to have creative spaces like the Karak, which are reminding us of what our roots are, where we've grown, to appreciate it. But also to have a moment where you can enjoy with the people around you. Oh, that's like a idea on its head.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah,
really
what
nice.
is the most Dubai thing you can do?
Yeah.
Like, how can we make this more Dubai for you? You know,
You want to experience Dubai? Come to the Karak.
that's exactly what I want people to know. It's like, besides the glitz and glamour that people see Dubai as from the outside, there is depth. And that's what people don't recognize or don't even think of. Because you have a lot of people that come here just to make quick money and leave.
Mm-hmm.
But you have those people that come here and they stay.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that experience that kind of makes them want to be here for so long?
Amazing. I'm leaving with so many ideas.
Please give me a golden visa.
Wait. You should get one.
I
This
didn't
is
get one.
changing the
Yeah.
escape of Dubai. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's
Oh.
just like work, like to do it. Like I tried it once, twice, I got rejected, and I was like, okay, I need to get a visa, so I just got one. But I was like, maybe another time. It's just like documentation stuff. Like, ugh.
yeah, but I mean, your history and what you're doing for the Dubai community will surely be taken into account.
I
for
really
sure.
hope so.
Cross
I
your
just want to
fingers.
pay less for visas. Like, that's the main
Every
thing.
like how many? Every 3 years, right?
2 years. Every
Okay.
2 years.
Every 2 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But it'd be nice to like pay the same amount and do it every 10 years
yeah.
or 5 even. That'd be nice.
Just give us all. Whoever's born and raised here, man, just give it. Just give it.
That'd be cool.
Anyways, we've reached the end of the podcast
Okay.
episode. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
I can't emphasize how much I've taken out. Like I said, like every minute I'm just recording whatever you're saying and
I'm
like
glad.
making bullet points in my head.
I'm glad.
Shit.
No, but I really hope that you do like a lot more with your podcast as well. Like
Yeah.
I think you're a great host.
Thank you.
I think like yeah.
Yeah, I had such a my brain is expanded 10 times bigger.
That's very, very, very big words you're using.
No, I'm
Conversation.
serious.
Okay,
I'm
fair,
serious.
fair.
And I think I'm really, really grateful that you came to the podcast today because to have such an amazing, inspirational person
you
like
very
you on here giving your time means a lot. And yeah, I hope people who are interested in starting out in something, no matter what industry you are, just take away key points that you can apply to yourself and your daily life as well. These are definitely, this is a time where we can change
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
If you want to change something, do it now.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, there's always some sort of opportunity waiting for you in the future. So go grab it.
You said it. You said it.
All right. Bye.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Are we clapping?
Love you. Bye. Yeah.
I don't know what the Gen Zs do. I think it's this.
There's this
This
as
is
well.
a Gen Z thing. Whoa, that's 3 hearts?
That's in Korea.
No way.
Yeah.
See, this is why I thought you were half Korean.
No.
Like you're just dropping Korea as